You want to get that book published? Let me tell you about publishing. Now, I think I'm qualified to talk about publishing, not just because I own a publishing company, but if we turn the clock back about 15 years, I knew nothing about publishing. I had written a book, and I thought, I'll go through this traditional publishing route, I will find somebody to publish it, and I must have sent out 250 letters. I sent out my synopsis and proposal. I was on the phone to people. All I kept doing was trying to get people to publish my book and getting rejection letters. I have a lot of them. And I'm not saying that that's not a valid thing to do, and many people every year do manage to get a publishing deal by going down that route, but many more don't. About 1 in every 300 manuscripts is accepted by traditional publishers who will invest in that book. The rest of the books that are published, and there are 1 million books coming out every year, the majority of those are funded by an individual, an organization, or in another creative way. There's lots of ways to publish a book. What I tried to do was get somebody else to do it, and it was the only way that I knew how at the time. And those rejections really did hit me hard. They made me start to think, oh, maybe the book isn't any good because nobody else thinks it's any good. No, it's not that they didn't think it was any good. It's that they didn't think that they could invest in that book over another book. And there's lots of business reasons why publishers choose one book over another. It took me about 10 years of frustration and rejections and all these letters until I finally decided that I would take the matter into my own hands. And I worked with a cooperative publisher. Now, you can self-publish, you can publish very cheaply, or should I say cost-effectively. You can partner with an independent or cooperative publisher. As I say, there's lots of different ways. There's 3 main ways. I chose the cooperative route, a company that would take care of everything for me and get the book into print. And 10 years after I started my journey, in 2001, my first book came out. And this is it, A Dance in the Desert. Well, this is the original limited edition version, which occasionally comes out when I'm speaking, so you're very lucky to see it. I was so happy to see that book finally come out in print and to hold it in my hands, and I was glad to have a publisher to take care of all the nitty-gritty and dot all the I's, cross the T's, get it onto Amazon. It was fantastic. And then I sat back and thought, great, I'm going to be discovered. I'm going to get myself in all the papers, and I'm going to get onto Oprah. Poor Oprah. She must get so many letters like the ones that I sent, and so many books. And it didn't just happen. I learned the hard way that the journey doesn't end with the publishing. You don't just publish and then instantly become successful. A book needs promotion. Somebody needs to be promoting it. And in my case, because it was a cooperative venture, it was myself and the publisher. But I needed to do a lot. It's not hard when you know what to do and when you have somebody guiding you. I had a few good people to guide me in the early days. And we would like to be able to do that for you, if you'll let us. I know I asked you to trust me in the previous video. With publishing, you also need to trust the people that you're working with, be it your publisher, your designer, your printer, your editor. There's a lot of trust that goes on. You also need to trust in the outcome. We're going to teach you on this journey how to promote the book and how to be successful. But it starts with having the courage to publish it and see it in print. Getting over that last fear, the one of exposing yourself to the market. It's very real, I know it is, because right when my book was coming out, it hit me again. And I thought, oh, can I really deal with people knowing about me and knowing my thoughts? What if they don't like the book? Which of course translates to, what if they don't like, that's right, me. And we go through this and we torture ourselves with all of these things that are just imaginary, they're just in our minds. But ironically, it stops a lot of people from ever bringing the book out in print. So that last fear, we'd like to abolish that, and we'd like to help you abolish that. We know you can do it. We know you will be published and that you deserve to be published. Every good book deserves to be written and published. I'm pleased to say I've brought out a new edition of A Dance in the Desert, and it's still about the original journey. And A Dance in the Desert is all about helping people and being aware of people's challenges, people in your life. I have an important message with my book, and I need to keep promoting that, otherwise I don't achieve my goal. I want to sell books not just to sell books, but to get that message out. I'm glad it's been published professionally. I think it makes me look good. I think the book goes out there and represents me in a really good way. And then I can do other things. I do a lot of speaking around the subject, and I can help the charity. Half of the profits go straight to charity. That's what I've chosen to do. You can do things like that, but only if you actually see it through and publish. We can help you do that. I promise we have a lot of answers.